Welcome to an experience similar to ones that you've had before. Yes, another podcast featuring a couple of guys who think that they're funny. Two men, one microphone. This is Spoiled Rotten.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh,
I didn't see
hello,
you there.
sir.
I think it's really
Oh.
funny that I'm reading a coloring book.
All sophisticated, like,
Oh,
let me
hello
read
there.
this.
Would you like to learn
Oh.
about your colors?
Oh man,
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. Is Michelle ready to go? Can she hear? She can hear us.
I can't see her.
She was like,
You can
I
see
gotta
her.
do something. Take me off. But
We have
now,
we have
now
our
she's
third-
back.
Ooh. Can you guys
Michelle.
hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Good talk.
how have you guys been? It's been a crazy week.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you. Do we have what did we watch? Because I'm ready to go into it.
Oh, so am I. But yeah, like there's threats of Ohio being shut down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Michelle,
We're about to go to Orange Red.
Orange red?
Yeah,
Is that
we're
like
calling it
about
Blood
to
Red.
be shut down?
Blood Orange.
Blood orange.
So technically we're supposed to be moving to Orange, but our county decided that they want to take more drastic measures and go to Orange Red, which I don't know what that means, but
Doesn't sound good.
we're
Whatever
trying
it
to
is.
save ski season.
Trying to what?
Save ski season.
Oh, I thought you said the species then.
Nope, ski season,
Like
which
humans.
starts in
Trying
like
to save the species.
9 days.
Yes. The
Yeah, we'll
ski
see if
season
that
just
happens.
almost as important as the marijuana season in Colorado right now.
Yes.
What?
You guys, Colorado makes a lot of money on their recreational cannabis.
Yeah, but I
And
wouldn't call
medicinal.
it season.
I mean, it grows at some point of the year.
I mean, it grows indoors, so it's always marijuana.
Oh, that's
season,
true.
right?
Okay, good point. I guess you're right. Yeah, good point.
I mean, I'm sure you can grow it. You can grow it out. That's okay. I'm gonna seem super dumb, but like
I have no idea.
Somebody's growing weed outside, right?
Yes.
That's the thing. That's happening. Like
It
not
has
under
to.
the table, like totally legal, growing it outside, like corn, like just out there, fields of weed. Just
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a limitation on how many plants you're allowed to have, but yeah.
okay.
Interesting.
All I know is that apparently in an like Nick Lachey of what is it, 98 Degrees,
Mhm.
like invested
I mean, I
heavily
know.
in dispensaries and stuff in Ohio. So I think that's just like a really weird fact. Also, fun fact, did you know that Vince Vaughn and Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine,
Rage Against the Machine?
they have like a weekly D&D session, and I think that's just a delightful nugget.
That sounds
I like it.
awesome.
That's just like so. It makes me so happy to just know
Yeah.
that happens.
That sounds really fun.
That's my little
All
fun
right.
fact for the week.
I like it. All right. Well, let's go ahead and go straight into it. What'd you watch?
All of the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to do that this week then.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Dude.
did not watch that.
It is good. I was telling. I think did I talk about this? Who did you get? Nobody's watched it.
I
You
watched
seen
it. I watched it last week. That was my what did you watch last week?
Okay. Well, then you can vouch. It's really good.
Mhm.
It's just. I don't want to say too much about it because you haven't seen it, but
Right.
like, man, it's. I was telling Mallory, I was like, I have too many dramas in my life. I don't want to
Mhm.
like emotionally invest in like a whole nother thing. And then you said it was a mini series, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I can give my attention for like one season of a show, and it just does it so well.
Yeah.
It's so good. So that's what I watched this
Interesting.
week. I give it 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It was
Wow.
pretty solid. Pretty
That's pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah. Well, I watched Jingle Jangle, the new musical on Netflix,
Okay.
and it was really good.
Is it
What's it about?
who's in it?
It's about a toy maker.
Question.
Yes.
Question. Christmas movie?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Absolutely. About a toy maker And he has an apprentice. And the apprentice steals his invention book and starts making all of his toy inventions himself, and kind of like kicks the toy maker out. And then it's him, like, and his granddaughter like shows up. It's with Forrest Whitaker and Keegan Michael Key.
Okay.
It's really good, and the music's awesome. I loved it. Like, I was like, oh, okay, but I might as well watch it. I like Forrest Whitaker, I guess, and Keegan
The
Michael
idea
Key
of a
is
Christmas
awesome.
musical that's good, like, blows my mind.
Right.
Like, I can't visualize that happening. I just envision Hubie Halloween, but Christmas.
Don't, because there's not much about Christmas. It's about these two toy makers. It's just around Christmas time.
Kind of like Love Actually.
Exactly, but not.
Love Actually.
But like the whole idea that like it's really only a Christmas movie because it happens like during Christmas.
Right.
But
right.
like if you were to move it to another chunk of the year, it would still work.
Right. I mean, and they're toy makers, so
Yes,
that
Zane.
has that aesthetic to it.
I'm over here raising my hand.
Yes, Zane. Yes,
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
absolutely. Yes.
Is Love Actually a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it happens at Christmas, or because it's about Christmas?
Yes.
Mm,
Absolutely.
nah.
Anything is a Christmas movie if you believe in it enough.
Oh, okay. Hubie Halloween.
Christmas movie.
All
Bad
right.
Christmas movie, but Christmas
Nightmare
movie.
Before
Really
Christmas.
bad.
Halloween or Christmas?
Ooh, that's
Yes.
the question, isn't it? I
It
think
is.
it's gotta be. I feel like if you break out into song at any point in your movie, it nudges it to that Christmas zone. I'm just saying. Like Nightmare Before Christmas, not a Halloween movie. I'll say it. I enjoyed the movie. I'll watch it year round, but like the music nudges it in that Christmassy direction. Even though there's
Same with Sweeney Todd.
yeah, I would see that more as a Christmas movie than I would a Halloween movie.
Okay. It's weird, but all right.
Music makes things Christmassy. Show tunes equals Christmas. Book of Mormon,
Chicago.
Christmas movie.
All right. Actually, I kind of see that.
Hamilton, Christmas movie. All of it. It works out. It's perfect.
Interesting. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's a good one.
I know.
Technically, a Christmas movie.
I believe you.
I'm here. Yeah, you can test me all day. I'm
Okay.
all for it.
Maybe later.
Christmas
all right, let's
movie.
go. Let's go ahead and move forward. Not much movie news going on.
All right, so I guess
Right
you didn't
now.
hear what I watched.
Oh yeah. What'd you
Oh,
watch?
you're gonna say
Nothing.
Gambit.
I literally watched nothing. I read
Ah,
the books. I finished this one for this week.
I was
then
gonna say
started
it doesn't have the
first one.
title on the front.
I
have
know,
no
it's
idea.
because I take the dust covers off because I don't want them to get hurt.
Makes sense.
I take them
No.
off because I think they're annoying to hold.
Well, that too, but I'd rather I want it to still be pretty when I put it back on my shelf. So I'd rather the book itself get damaged than the cover.
See, and I think books look better without the paper covers on them. I think they just look nice with like just the spine that has the title on it, and that's it. Like I like that a lot more than I do all
I
the
support it.
graphics and stuff.
But yeah, that's basically all I've done. Like literally all day at work today, I was listening to the 5th book.
So you watched movies in your mind.
I guess I did watch this movie
Hmm.
because I had to. But yeah,
You said you listened to the 5th movie. Like this
book.
this is the 4th one, right?
yeah.
I watched
But
the
so
right movie this week.
yes, but
Okay,
I'm
cool.
reading the 5th one for next week.
Gotcha.
And I don't have that much time. It took me like a month and a half to read The Goblet of Fire. So I've been trying to make myself read Order of the Phoenix as fast as possible.
You're gonna have to plow through it to get
Yeah.
Yep, that's why I was listening to it at work.
there. All right.
Makes sense.
Well, do we have another segment before we hop into? I feel
News about movies.
Off that my heart is hurt. I don't that
Yeah.
was
There's
good.
another.
And you were like, bam.
Okay.
I was ready.
All right.
Any movie news?
Movie things.
Movie
So-
news. News about movies and things.
Big one. You
Big
guys have
one.
heard me talk about this this franchise before on this show.
Okay.
Filming has wrapped on Scream 5.
Yes.
Scream?
My favorite horror movie franchise ever.
My favorite horror movie franchise.
It's the
Oh
best
my
horror movie
goodness.
franchise.
Scream Cinco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scream 5.
Screamo Cinco.
I just rewatched Scream 4 a few weeks ago, and it holds up. It really holds up.
I saw that was the one with Courtney Cox in it, right?
They're all with Courtney Cox. Yes.
The first one has Courtney Cox in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, it's been a minute since I've seen Scream, apparently.
And
Well,
all three
it's
of them are
time-
coming back.
It's time to revisit.
Okay. So as a millennial, I saw Scream when I was older.
I was 6.
So
Wow.
when I got to watch Scream, I was like, isn't that the guy who plays Shaggy? And it is.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
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 You like that?
Yeah.
Like I hear you, dude. Yeah. But so now every time I watch Scream, I'm like, oh, it's Shaggy, where I'm sure everybody else sees it the opposite way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Scream's all right. I've seen the first one and I've seen the fourth one.
I have seen
Okay.
all. I've
Same.
seen all 4
I have also seen all 4.
and the TV series, all 3 seasons.
Did not watch the TV series.
The
You
show
should watch
pretty
the
good?
TV series. Yes.
Is it
It
more
is really
serious?
good. No, it stretches things out a lot,
Okay.
but I it was fun for me.
Is
It's
it a
fun.
separate storyline that takes place, or is it like
Yes, it really
one
has
of the
nothing to do.
movies?
Has nothing to do with like Sidney Prescott and that whole storyline. It's other
Mhm.
other ones.
Also can like I think I'm right about this. Can we talk about how like Scream is constantly credited with like Drew Barrymore being in it,
It's
and
'cause
like
she is.
she's only in it for like 5 seconds of the first movie?
Yes, and that was actually her choice. She was going to be the big one, and then I believe that she was supposed to be the main character, and scheduling conflicts didn't allow that to happen. And she's like, I still want to be a part of this. Why don't you kill me off at the very beginning? No one's going to expect that. And so they did. And like
Kinda
that
a
was the
little
big
cameo
thing.
then.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. And that like everyone expected her to be in the entire movie because the very first trailer was mainly her.
Yeah.
And
They just showed the first 2 minutes of the movie and they're like, Scream coming to theaters. Like
pretty much it was, yeah.
that how much of a mind screw would that be?
It
Like
was
expecting one movie and then going and saying, I feel it's like a sorry to bother you.
Right.
Like where you're
Absolutely.
like, oh, this is a movie about telemarketing, and then you watch the movie and you're like, whoa,
This is a lot more than
this went
telemarketing.
in
Yeah.
a wildly different direction than what I was prepared for.
And so we have a birthday this week as
all
well.
right. Who we got?
Cassie Tilton, my sister.
Yay!
Oh my goodness.
I
Happy
swear I am not
birthday.
doing this on
Happy
purpose.
birthday, Cassie!
Happy birthday, Cassie.
Yes, my father was a few weeks ago. Cassie is today. That's me and my sister when we were much younger. I think I was
Youngins.
5. She was
Are
3. Or,
you're on the right?
7, 3. Yeah. Yes, I'm the one on the one
With the long-
closest to Michelle.
Okay, Michelle, can you just act like you're like put your arm around Travis there for other side? There you go. That's kind of fun. And I'll just be like, hey, oh, I was gonna like grab your head.
Yeah, that would
Doesn't play as
Um,
well in the podcast format.
But yes, happy birthday, Cassie. Love you. You'll never watch this, so it doesn't matter.
What I just heard was, Zane, you don't have to do your thing this week, which is fun.
Yeah. All right. So let's just jump right into it.
Cool.
It's time for
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Look at Michelle. She gets it. She's on the right page.
both
I
of you guys
appreciate
brought
that.
Goblet of Fire in at number 2. I
Two.
said number 1 because this movie was amazing.
Ooh.
This was fantastic.
So
This is the first movie that I saw that I was like, I need to read the book.
Yeah.
By far. Really well done. I'll let you guys talk about it now.
I want to put a little disclaimer by this one that says that I think that this is my favorite movie, but I don't think it's the best movie. Does that make sense?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, if this was like Zane's favorite movies, I would put it in number 1. But if it's a power ranking, this is like,
that's kind of what I'm doing, honestly.
well, then I think Goblet of Fire is just it's just this movie is the first movie in the series that I think is fun. Like, even though it's kind of like dark at times, like there's a lot going on, and it's fun, and it's not like the same. Oh, we're at Hogwarts again. Oh, something's happening in the school. Let's sneak around the school. Let's go do this at the school. We're all at the school. It's like, this is happening. There are dragons. There are explosions. There's people dying. Like, the stakes are high.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun from beginning to end. I loved it.
Michelle, you gotta talk too, man.
Well, I think that I'm also a little bit waiting for him to just change to see.
Oh, you want me to go over?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So I think like the whole book to movie rankings, like I think that the Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets are only above this one because they have so much less information in general because they're so small. So it's a lot easier for them to like take the whole story and put it into a movie. Where like the Goblet of Fire had so much in it that like they had to leave stuff out, obviously.
Right.
And there's like they got all the important stuff, but there's definitely stuff that I wish that had been in there just because I enjoyed it so much in the book. Like I really wish that the Weasley twins were in the books more or in the movies more, because they have so many hilarious just like one-liners that just
they're a good time.
Make the books. This is also the book that not really movie, the book that Ginny kind of starts to like, she's no longer afraid of Harry. And she just kind of starts to like grow into herself and like be her own person. Which is it happens more in the 5th one, but and I'm just gonna disclaimer, Ginny is terrible in the movies. Awful.
Really?
She's wonderful in the books. She's like a completely different person. And I named my cat after her, so like she's clearly a good character. But yeah. She's awful in the movie. They just like destroyed her, and it makes me upset. There's my rant for the day.
Make your rant. Oh, you forgot.
Yeah, I was going to say I could have.
I'm sorry.
No, we're going to save that for later. I have a good one.
Oh, okay.
That I'm going to rant on. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about this movie. Like, first of all, the Triwizard Tournament. How often is the Like, did I miss that? Like, is it every year?
So
is it every like 3
they had
years?
stopped doing it because so many people were dying.
Oh no.
I forget if it actually says how often they did do it. But they haven't done it for a number of years. Because like they made it seem like, oh, so many people are going to die. Like if you play in this, you're going to die. But like, it seemed like they had safeguards on almost every single thing. Like Victor Crumb got attacked by the branches at the end, but he was still alive at the end. Like it was weird. Like it didn't seem like it was as dangerous as they tried to make it seem as it was.
I think
feel
it's
like,
pretty dangerous.
I think that's actually one thing that in the book they do a lot better. They obviously they have to condense everything in the movie, but they do in the book, like there's a lot more about his preparation leading up to
Mhm.
each task, and like about the fact that he is terrified, basically.
As
So
he should have been.
right. I mean, like he didn't even ask for it, so
Right.
And like that's one thing that like one of the things that like would be nice for it to be in the movie, but obviously they have to cut things. Yeah.
So, okay, and then my next question. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go straight into this. This.
Travis
Yeah,
asked
I
a
have
question.
I have a lot of questions on this. All right, so the Triwizard Tournament happens every so often. A lot of people die. Is it just those 3 schools that only do it, or like
4.
are they going to invite America sometime, or
No.
like why is it just those 3? Just those
I don't know.
3?
That doesn't
So-
explain why.
That's weird. Like it seems weird to me. Like, oh, the boys' school.
Well,
The girls' school.
okay, so that's another thing. It's not a boys and a girls. They are co-ed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It did not seem like that.
That's because in the movie they made them co-ed, but in the books they are not.
Interesting.
I mean, the other way around.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay.
I have a question. Sorry.
Oh.
This is just like a loophole logic. Like we see the elders kind of talking about, like they're like, oh, like only somebody who could cast a very powerful whatever could actually change the
Confundus charm.
Yeah. So like why couldn't somebody also just do that and trick the cup into thinking it was somebody else who was of age?
And why didn't they just say, like, okay,
Hmm?
let's not do this, because obviously whoever did this is very strong in the dark arts.
Because it's a binding magical contract.
That can clearly be fooled.
Well, but like once their name comes out, I don't know exactly. I don't think it actually says like what would happen to them if they didn't compete.
I was
But
going to say, are the owls going to attack them? Which brings me into my next question. How do the owls work? Seriously,
me
is it like the
everything.
United States Owl Service?
I don't know how they find the addressed person.
Like homing pigeons? Like
Yeah, but who's funding these owls? Like, who's
What
feeding
are you
the
talking
owls?
about? They do. The
Hey.
school takes care of them.
do you know how, Travis?
I have no
Magic?
idea. Oh, you can't just. Thank you for the
You
Sunday
can.
school, the
When
Harry
they're
Potter Sunday
magic-
school answer.
Magic. That's the answer.
Look, there's an owlry at school.
Yeah.
It was in the movie. That's where
Magic
they
owlry.
stay.
Mm-hmm.
There are school owls that they're allowed to borrow. They can also bring their own. I don't know, like Hogwarts
Also,
takes
do
care of
these
them, I guess.
people not have phones?
No, we talked about this.
Yeah, technology would mess with the magic, or the magic would mess with the technology,
Maybe
something like that.
I just talked
When
to.
they're not at
Well,
school?
why do they not need? Why do they need phones when they have owls
They
that
just
we
Because
don't
they're very-
understand?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why am I gonna send you a letter that'll get there in
They
like
just don't-
5
they
days? I
don't
can just
do-
text you.
They don't do modern stuff. Like I think
Weird.
they just don't, dude. Even
All
like
right.
their clothing, how they wear like Muggle clothing, that doesn't happen in the books. They like
Even Ron Weasley's dad, who's dumbfounded by
yeah.
Muggles,
So
like, he wasn't like, I'm gonna sneak one of these cell phones back with
So-
me. Like,
so one of the things in the book versus the movie. So in the movie, he just wakes up at Ron's.
uh-huh.
That's not how the book is. Book he starts at Dursley's, like he does every year.
I'll say that I'm glad that was cut out this year. Like,
No, actually, it's hilarious. Honestly, like
That's
this
my
was the
favorite
year
part of
that
the movie. The
this is
last
the
three
year that
movies.
it probably so like Molly ends up mailing him a letter to ask
who's Molly?
Molly.
Molly Weasley, Ron's mom.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
cool.
Go ahead.
Sorry. But she like
Mrs. Ron's mom.
she mailed a letter to ask like
Okay.
if Harry can come and stay with them.
Okay.
She covers the entire front of the letter with stamps because she doesn't know how many to use. And then the Weasleys decided to use flu powder to come and get Harry, except that because of like in the first book, all of the letters that came out of the fireplace, you know, they ended up boarding up the fireplace. So when they came through, they just got stuck in the fireplace and had to like bust it open.
Okay, so you can
that's
only
awesome.
flu powder to fireplaces.
Yes, and they have to technically be connected to the flu network. But because Mr. Weasley works at the ministry, he got the Dursleys connected for that day. But yeah,
How-
so there's
So is there someone like a operator, like a flu operator
there's
that
people
just
that
like
watch it.
connects from
operator?
one flu
There's
to
people
another?
who like so in the ministry there is like a flu network department that like
flu operator.
sure.
Oh,
All right, I have another question.
Okay.
How are the Dursleys not terrified of Harry at this point?
right.
Because he can't use magic outside of school and they know that.
Yeah, but he has.
He
and
has.
It's ruined their days, and like Dumbledore's like, man, you're fine,
You're
and like they
fine.
know that he gets away with it time after time.
It's okay.
I think that they like in a way they kind of are, but at the same time, like the fact that he's not supposed to use magic, they expect for him to not.
Why don't they just be not shitty people? I'm sorry, they're the worst.
Fair. It's fair.
But Dudley is in the Queen's Gambit, so
Yes, he is.
Oh.
He
and
is.
he doesn't look like Dudley
Really?
anymore.
He doesn't. He's lost a shit ton of weight. I'm sorry for
thought
his
he-
cussing.
I thought
He
he
is
was
like
Matt Bell for a while from Doctor Who, like
mhm.
the skinny one of the doctors. He looks a lot like
Matt
him,
Smith?
like Matt Smith. That's my bad. Yep, Matt Smith.
Yeah, he's super skinny, like, and he has an American accent, so it's kind of hard to tell that it's him. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is.
and he's not evil.
No, he's
What?
yeah, I like him in that.
So
But we're not
I just-
talking
I
about the
just gotta
Queen's Gambit.
say- I just got to say that this movie had everything, like with all the guest appearances and people that ended up being much more famous after this movie. I mean, this movie had mermaids, it had dragons, ferrets, competitions, dances, death, vampires, doctors, mazes, ghosts, Harry Potter getting sexually harassed by a ghost, and Voldemort. We saw Voldemort in his full capacity, and he was terrifying.
And in his naked mole rat baby fleshy
Right, and that
fit
too.
capacity as well.
Not nearly as terrifying in that, but when he became full formed, thanks to the help of Harry Potter, he
Mm-hmm.
was frightening, and it was awesome. This movie had it all. I loved it. So if this is a step towards like where we're going in this franchise, I'm all for it.
I will say there was one thing that stood out to me specifically about this movie that I
Mhm.
didn't notice before.
Mhm.
I thought the scoring in this movie was fantastic.
The music.
Like the music in this movie
So
was
this was the first
particularly
movie
good.
that John Williams didn't score the music.
well, I liked it. It seemed it
He's still credited because of Hedwig's theme, like the main theme.
dun, 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 that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the first one that like the new music was not by him.
I thought
And
the
that's
music
why
was
it
really
sounds
good in this
different.
one. Yeah.
All right. So, as much as I like this movie, I do have one other thing to say.
Okay. Ooh, baby.
Every week I talk about this.
I just want to say whatever it is I'm in.
Every
I
week
want
I
in.
talk about this. and every week you guys just give me that huge, whatever. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, and I'm going to speak about it now. Mad-Eye Moody should have never been the teacher of the Defense of the Dark Arts. It should have gone to Severus Snape. Severus Snape has wanted this spot from the very beginning. He has done everything
on his side. I don't understand. Severus Snape's.
It's my time to rant.
Okay,
where I get to rant.
Go ahead and rant.
Get over this Snape crush you have and deal with it. Moody is an Auror.
I liked Moody quite a bit in this movie as well.
I mean, except for the fact that he obviously wasn't himself.
Right, he wasn't himself at all, and it was very obvious to me.
They didn't know that, and they didn't explain it very well.
No,
how and they do in the book. They totally explain everything, how Barty Crouch Jr. gets out of Azkaban, because he actually was the first person to break out of Azkaban, not Sirius.
Oh,
are you serious?
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, obviously he would have. That
was a mic drop.
That was good.
But he had a lot of help where Sirius didn't. So, but yeah,
again, he.
If you're trying to argue that Moody wasn't qualified, like the actual real Alistair Moody, then I don't want to be your friend anymore.
I don't. That was aggressive, Michelle. I think you should say sorry. I think you should say sorry.
No.
I'm not saying that he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying Snape deserved it more because Snape has done everything that he needs, everything that has been asked for him. He was a double agent for the Death Eaters. He put himself at risk in behind enemy lines as a Death Eater, and he helped take out Voldemort at the very beginning. He was back there. He helped. He worked on it, and the one thing he wants. The one thing.
That's not the one thing.
The one thing.
Nope.
Is to be the teacher for the Defense of the Dark Arts.
Travis,
and get out of the potions.
Every single week you talk about this, and every single week, what do me and Michelle say?
No.
We have nothing that we can tell you. Just
now,
continue to watch.
Next week, you can say it all you want. Wait until next week. Next week, I will support you.
I will back you up wholeheartedly. Okay?
Hardcore. I will not disagree with you next week.
All right. Good. That's good to know. I'm glad that you guys are starting to see my way of thinking on this.
It's not because of your way, but
we're just continuing to watch more movies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Cool.
Is it cool?
Cool.
Is that your only rant?
That was a. I'll say it.
That was it.
That was a piss poor make it rant.
You guys stopped me. I was in the middle of it. I was going through it.
That's because you guys were doing it. It's the same one.
I just need you to Trump bulldoze over me. I just need you to keep talking. Ignore that I'm here. Pence it up. Just keep going.
All right.
Yeah, I said it.
So
I'm done now.
I would like to rant.
You want to rant? Do you want me to play the video again?
Play the video. Play the video. Do it.
The video. Here we go.
All right. This is probably the most agreed upon worst movie moment in the Harry Potter franchise.
Okay.
After Harry's name gets pulled out of the goblet and they go back in the back room and they're all up in arms and stuff.
I saw a TikTok on this.
Dumbledore comes in and goes, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?"
Are you certain?
Hold on. Pause.
She's gonna pull out the book. I saw a TikTok on this. This is
you have this highlighted?
I don't have it highlighted.
What was the TikTok?
She's gonna basically cover it, so I'm not gonna spoil it yet.
Oh, she's gonna. Is there a contrast in the books to this scene?
Small one.
Bit? Just a little bit. Michelle just gave me daggers for eyes. Play the video again. I want to make a rant.
You'll make a rant? All right.
All right.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Why don't they make larger hummus containers? This is ridiculous. Every week I run out of hummus in
Why
like
don't you
3
make
days.
your own?
It's ridiculous because I don't want to.
Buy two
I just
things
want
of
to
hummus.
buy. No, I want to buy one large thing of
Anyway.
hummus. I don't want to purchase two.
Back to Harry Potter. I'm gonna.
Oh, hold on. I have an idea.
I can't read this, Michelle.
I know.
What do you- okay, just use your. Okay, you keep. Okay, why don't you read it with your mouth?
Okay, it literally says, "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire, Harry?" He asked calmly. Calmly.
That's funny.
Calmly. Not
Calmly.
screaming it. Like, and this is one of the reasons why I like. Obviously, Richard Harris couldn't continue, but like,
Not with that attitude.
Richard Harris had the like the disposition. Is that the word I'm looking for? The like calm disposition of Dumbledore. Like he was Dumbledore. And then they brought in Michael Gambon, who I'm sure is an amazing actor, but like he had never even hadn't read the books at all.
Mm.
And like
Well, like you can't act if you're dead.
I know, and I'm not mad about that part. I just feel like
What? Okay. Well, I think this is a segment that we used to try to do.
a better job.
I think it's a segment we used to try to do where we tried to do a recast. Who would you recast?
I don't know. Ian McKellen would have been top choice, but he said no.
Oh yeah, Ian McKellen.
Because Richard
He's like,
Harris-
I'm the old guy in too many sci-fi.
yeah,
things.
and he didn't want to have to live
I'm
up
out.
to the franchise.
Who played Gandalf?
Ian
Ian
McKellen.
McKellen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, good point.
Yeah, he would have been the best choice, but because he got made fun of by Richard Harris, and B, he didn't want to be in another like huge franchise and have to live up to that.
So could we have done like a This Is Us, like how they aged up Mandy Moore? Like we could have aged up a lesser known actor.
Harry.
I don't know. I just feel like there is somebody out there who could have done a better job. That's all.
Harry Potter is Dumbledore. That's the new fan theory. Give
Sure.
it to
You
me.
mean Daniel Radcliffe?
Anyway,
No.
next rant.
No.
Harry Potter aged up Dumbledore. He knows everything. He goes forward in time to stop his past self from making mistakes. Boom. Lets it all slide because he knows it's necessary for the better good. Oh, I like this. I'm gonna work on this. I'll work on this theory. I'm gonna have to read 7 books to
Interesting.
make it happen, but
Interesting.
we'll make it
So
happen.
another thing that I have an issue with, when they go to the Quidditch World Cup and they're like walking up and Ron is like, "Hey, how far up are we?" And Lucius Malfoy was like, well, if it rains, you'll be the first to know. And then like Draco brags about being invited to the minister's box, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. So they actually were both in the minister's box.
In the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were all in the minister's box, like with him. So I really hate that like taunt.
Did like the Hogwarts Quidditch teams get invited out? Is that what that was? Or
No, they
was
just
Harry just like, I got all
There's
this gold in this vault. Let's go see
No,
the Quidditch Cup.
Mr. Weasley got the tickets through the ministry,
Gotcha.
which is why they were up there. There's actually a whole other character that's not in the movie. His name's Ludo Bagman, and he's the one that's he's like the international sports guy, basically. So he's in charge of Quidditch, essentially.
Are there any other like witchcraft sports other than Quidditch?
No. No?
Just Quidditch.
They're just like, we got this one thing. We do it well. We're not gonna mess it up. We're not gonna.
Yep.
There's not like a. I think
Like
that-
there's no baseball version of like a wizard version of baseball, or that's weird to me.
They have like board games, but not board
Yeah,
games.
I mean,
So,
think about it.
stuff like
Like Quidditch is kind of like the perfect like
It has it
physical
all.
limitations to magical limitations. Like
True.
you can fly on the broom, but everything else is like
where'd you go?
you have to do it with your body. I'm gonna keep talking. Travis has disappeared. I'm Travis now. You're Zane.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll just I don't know. There's got to be something else, right? There's got to be something else that you could workshop here. This is weird. Travis is usually not gone this long. There he
Not happy
is. He's back.
Oh,
All of a sudden, it was like, boom, you're
Um,
gone. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, look at this. Here he is.
Oh, so we're still live. Everything's good. Like that was
Yeah,
weird.
we're live.
Yeah.
That was
still.
crazy.
But okay. Does
I
anybody
really
else
do.
have it?
What?
Go ahead.
So I really do wish that they had had a little bit more background on Barty Crouch Jr., the guy that ends up being Moody. Because he was
Okay.
at the Quidditch match, and like that's where he escaped. And
David Tennant.
yes,
Okay.
there was
Why
just
was
like
he at the match?
so his father works for the ministry, and like essentially, so he escaped Azkaban by like switching places with his dying mother and like taking Polyjuice potion. That's how he got out. And his father was using the Imperious curse on him
Mhm.
to keep him like contained essentially. And he had an invisibility cloak, and their house elf's job was literally to like keep an eye on him. And he ended up like essentially fighting the spell and like stole Harry's wand, and he was the one who cast the Mors Morta at the like after the Quidditch match,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously we saw.
Well, I feel like the Polyjuice potion, man, is just such a trump card. Like
It's a powerful thing, man.
how did somebody in Azkaban get the ingredients
He
for
didn't make it.
Polyjuice
His dad did.
and his
They
dad,
brought it.
who's a member of the Ministry of Magic, was like, I'm gonna break my son out of jail.
It was his mother's last request.
Well, where was his mom? Said she's also
She died in Azkaban. They switched spots.
Gotcha. So
Dang.
she looked like him, went to Azkaban. He looked like her, left. Gotcha.
Dementors are blind, so they basically
It's a magic heist.
they can like feel you kind of. So they felt a healthy person and a sick person come in, and a healthy person and a sick person leave. So
Oh, that gives me a good like. I have a question about the Dementors.
Mhm.
So I meant to ask this last week and forgot about it. But
Are they real?
yes.
are they okay? Cool. So when they like sucking whatever it is out of you, what are they sucking out of you?
Your soul?
Your soul. So like, if they do that, are they going to kill you? Like, I don't
No,
know.
you just don't have a soul.
That's
You're just like a
sad.
shell, essentially.
Just turn into like
Oh, wow.
a
It is,
like
it is a fate.
can they give it back to
like
you?
a coma
or-
shell or like a zombie shell?
I don't know. Like a zombie, I guess.
Like you can walk around and do things, but you
Yeah,
just
I
like
would
no
say- I
expressions.
mean, They don't really show that in the books at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Where
like
do
the
they
book-
show it, Michelle?
I don't know. They don't. Email J.K. Rowling.
All right,
I don't
like
know.
zombie or
But
coma. I
they-
need to know.
All right.
We have
They say
questions
in
that need answered.
They say
All
in
right.
the books that are in the movies that it's a fate worse than death. So because you're alive, but you're not like alive.
Interesting.
Does anybody else
All
have
right.
anything to say about this movie before we move into
I think
trivia?
I'm good.
I think I'm okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
into
here we
trivia
go.
time. Final answer.
Right.
Locking it in.
That was fun. I love this one. I love that video.
Yeah,
All
it's a good time.
All right. Please remove my name.
I'm working on.
Yes. It's hard to see when you do that.
All right. What type of dragon was not in the first task? Chinese fireball, Swedish short snout, common Welsh green or Peruvian viper tooth?
I got it locked in.
Okay. The Chinese fireball sounds like either something that can make me really full or really drunk.
But only for like 10 minutes, and then you're hungry again.
Very good.
I know I'm supposed to debate and be funny about this, but I'm so positive I have the correct answer.
I'm not sure at all. I know which ones it's not. I know there's two of them.
Can I double
definitely is
down?
not.
Is that a thing? Can we start doing that?
We're not changing
No.
the rules all of a sudden.
Ah.
When all of a sudden, oh, I feel confident. Oh, do you want to change the rules? No. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Zane is correct.
Yep.
It is
It is the
D.
Peruvian viper tooth.
Is there a dragon named a Peruvian viper tooth that they
Yes.
didn't use?
Yes, these are all like actual breeds in the Harry Potter universe.
I was gonna say that was a
Interesting.
very good made up name if you came up with
Sounds
that.
really cool.
It sounds more real than Chinese fireball does.
It does.
You tricked Travis.
Sure did.
All right, what we got next? What we got?
All right.
Ooh.
That is
What?
not spelled correctly. Just fun fact.
What did I?
What
not
house
spell?
was Padma Patel actually in the book?
Oh, Padma.
Yeah.
Not
so
Parma?
there's not Parma. There's twins, Pavarti and Padme.
It's a Parma potato.
Like
Parmesan? Nobody? Okay. It's spelled wrong anyways. I can make fun of that.
it
That's
is.
not
It's
racist.
spelled very wrong. Well, what house was she in the book?
Is that one? That's one of the ones that they went to the ball
Ron
with, yeah?
takes her to the Yule Ball.
Okay, can I ask a question real quick?
Maybe.
Are her and her sister in separate houses?
I cannot tell you that.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I have my that's not the right one. Hang on. Well, it might be the right one, but it's not the answer that I'm gonna choose. Okay. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Travis is correct.
That's right.
Are
Team
they in
Ravenclaw.
different houses?
They are in different houses.
Is one of them in Gryffindor?
Yes, Pavarti is. And I guess they just thought it would be easier if they were both in. I don't know.
So I thought, okay, the reason I chose A for the record is like there's that scene where they're like trying to find somebody to go to the dance. And they both walk by, and I thought they were in the Gryffindor common room.
They were
Exactly.
because in the movies she's in Gryffindor.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
why I specified.
But they're not both in Gryffindor.
No, Pavarti is, but in the movie even Padme is. Like they're both.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that was a
Makes
book.
sense.
Oh, it says in the book right there on the screen. I'm big dumb. All right, cool.
1-1. All right. Okay, so in the Yule Ball, they have to like open up the dance. How long did Daniel Radcliffe have to practice the dance before filming? 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 9 days.
We go with this one.
How long did he? Okay, how long did he get to practice? Okay, not like how long did he practice?
He's a professional. I'm sure that he practiced all. The
Yeah,
days
I'm.
that
I'm
he
a.
got.
I'm a. I think it's a pretty simple dance, so I have my answer locked in.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Zane is correct.
Heyo.
So it's in the book. They don't actually like have like a dance that they open up the dance, but it's not like a specific like choreographed dance.
Oh, it's just like
However,
high school hands on the waist.
but if you watch the movie, they, for the most part, he's only filmed from like the waist up because he only had 3 days to practice his dance, and he actually didn't really know it.
Well, then he wasn't practicing very
Interesting.
hard because the scene lasted like 30 seconds.
Carrie Ann and Abba would
Just gonna
have
say.
not been happy.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
She's one of the judges on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
Fantastic. Next question.
She would have been like, that foxtrot was all wrong.
It was all wrong.
anyway,
All of it. Next
2-1.
question.
All right. In the book, what did Harry not face in the maze? A blast-ended Scroot, a Dementor, a giant spider, a Sphinx.
Can I ask what a blast-ended Scroot is?
It's in my mind. It's a magical creature. It's really
Could
hard.
you describe the way it looks?
There's a blast.
In my
on the
head,
end
I
of it?
always think of like a giant worm that catches on fire and explodes.
That is terrifying.
That's what in my head. That's what I picture. But
Can you describe its movement?
Hagrid has them working with them the entire year, like in care of magical creatures.
So they would be familiar with it.
Yeah.
At this point.
So the Triwizard Tournament lasted the entire school year?
Yes. So also the Beauxbatons and Durmstrang didn't actually come to the school until Halloween.
Okay.
So it was
That's
that,
weird.
and then the first one was I don't know, I forget how long. It was in that fall, and then the second task was in February, and the third task was at the end of June.
The second task in the water was in February?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
They're mean.
Yep.
All right. I'm ready. You got it?
I got
Are you locked in?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm locked in. I don't know if it's right. See what's happening.
I have no idea if mine's
Me
right
count
either,
down.
but
Go for it, I guess.
I think Dementors have better things to do than being in a school festival.
All right, so Zane is correct.
oh.
However, technically, he does fight a Dementor, but it was a Boggart.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Turned
come
into
on.
a Dementor.
Then it was still a Dementor.
So I think my thing stands.
No, it's a
stands.
Boggart. It's not a Dementor. It's not gonna. It absolutely stands because it's not gonna suck the life out of him.
Boo.
So I win.
Yes.
Is what
Boo.
happened. We can play this last ones for glory, but I won the
Go
week.
for
We're
glory.
playing the last one. Boo.
All right. How many lines does Victor Crumb have in the movie? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I'm going to let you guess first, and then I'm going to talk this out because
I mean, I'm gonna win anyways, so we can talk. We can talk. Here's one line that he for sure says: is he gives her the thing. He says, "Make sure to write me," at the very end. That's one that he for sure says.
Uh-huh.
Does he
And
say
then he
anything
also-
at the ball?
I don't believe he says anything at the ball, but right before the first task with the dragons, when they're in that little tent. and
Oh
they
yeah,
catch-
he's like,
and they
this is
catch Hermione.
for friends and
Yeah, this is just for the competitors and friends.
Mhm.
I think that's it. I
think-
I can't think of any other line that he says.
He doesn't say anything when he puts his name in the cup, does he?
No.
Okay. He doesn't say anything. Does he give like a whoop or a yeah when he's on his broom in the very beginning at the Quidditch Cup?
No, he bows.
I think he just does a fist
he
bump. or
wait.
something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
does the fist bump, and that was it.
Are we counting like the like the huh like chanting? Does that
didn't
count as a
chant.
line?
He didn't. He literally didn't chant. He literally just goes.
No, I'm talking about like when they're walking into the school.
When
they're
they're
all,
walking
like,
into the school at the
banging
very
the
beginning,
staffs, like whoa,
Oh, he
whoa.
doesn't do that part.
Yeah, everyone does
He's
it
not
behind
in
him.
that. He walks in
All right.
afterwards.
So I'm gonna lock in
Oh, yeah, that's right.
2 then, because I think
Yeah,
that's
same.
All right, you're both
B.
right.
Hey,
Yay! We figured it out. Teamwork.
High five.
Woo.
Psh. There we go.
Or is it 2 against 2 now? For weekly?
No, it's 3-2. Oh, for the week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
I've won 2 of them. You've won 2 of them.
There we go.
you guys are tied
Yeah.
up.
Order of the Phoenix is going to
Order
be
of the
the
Phoenix is gonna be-
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
You say Lord of the Phoenix?
No, I said Order of the Phoenix.
Like,
Mhm.
I was like Lord of the Flies and Order of the Phoenix. Lorder of the Phoenix.
Lorder of the Phoenix. Loiterer of the Phoenix.
Loiterer of the Phoenix. This Phoenix, man, he's been crashing on my couch for weeks. He just won't leave. I
Getting
don't know
all
if that's
the
loitering.
get,
That's just bumming.
bringing ashes everywhere. Like,
All right, man.
all right. So, what? Who was your guys' MVP? What was your MVP?
I
You guys
it's gotta
always
be-
act surprised when I ask this question. I ask it every week.
I know.
Forget.
Yeah, I also always forget.
Oh,
I have to say, like, my favorite. It's got to be Hagrid getting some in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to go to Hagrid for, like, finding somebody and doing his thing. I'm gonna say Hagrid.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Hermione for this one
Ooh.
because she, not so much in the movie, but particularly in the book, she does so much for Harry to help him prepare, and like even like when Ron just will not talk to him, she's there for him. So
True. Like Ron did have a really emo weird
Yeah, that was
thing going
like
on.
my least favorite thing of this movie is just Ron being so
right,
queefy.
not believing his best friend.
Like
Yeah.
that was really weird, and I didn't like it at all.
Can I also give an honorary mention from like 2 books ago, kind of,
No.
Sure.
or just for literally the entire series?
Okay.
Madame Pomfrey,
Who did?
like the nurse,
Uh,
she is amazing at her job. And I like particularly like this was supposed to be my book too, but then I said Richard Harris. Like when Hermione uses Polyjuice Potion and turns into a cat,
mhm.
Mhm.
and I'm sure that's not the only like accident that students have had while they're breaking the rules.
Mhm.
She doesn't like get anybody in trouble. She just helps them.
Yeah.
It's very
She's
nice.
very
Yeah.
discreet.
Can I give the MVP of this podcast? Are you ready?
Sure.
It's this mute button on my microphone. Guys, I've been incredibly gassy this evening, and there's not been one fart on the microphone. It is redonkulous. I was afraid my wife was gonna come downstairs. Like, are you serious right now, dude? This is my favorite. This is my favorite thing on the planet. Travis,
All
who's
right.
your MVP?
My MVP, and this one by far, like he deserves it. Neville Longbottom killed it in this movie.
You're pretty good.
He was fantastic.
Mm.
He was there to help Harry when everyone was saying Harry stinks. He was the only one that was there by Harry's side. He was the first one to learn how to dance. He was the first one to ask someone to the dance.
You should
He
really
helped.
read the book.
Why?
Do you hate Neville?
I don't hate Neville, but he doesn't dance in the book.
Well,
He's
he does
terrible.
in the movie.
He doesn't help with the second task. It was Dobby.
Dobby.
That's a
Dobby.
change.
Well, I liked this because he helped with the second task. He, like the distraught face that he had on his face when he thought that he killed Harry Potter was awesome. The guy that plays Neville Longbottom is so good, and I love the character so much. I want an entire series just on Neville Longbottom.
Just
Like,
called Longbottom.
If J.K. Rowling wrote a book kind of like The Midnight Sun, but it was all through Neville Longbottom's eyes, I would read that so hard.
It would
I
also
just
be
imagine
about
it like a
scary
gritty true crime thing starring Neville when he works in the Hogwarts police department and the analytics department, because now he's a botanist and he knows all the different things that have been killing people, all the different
He
plants.
ends up teaching.
He does?
Does he take Snape's job?
God, no. He takes Professor Sprout's job
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because he's really good at herbology.
All right. Well, anyone else? Any final words on this Goblet of Fire before we douse it?
Before we douse the fire?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Michelle,
this
you
was
good?
fun.
I think I'm good.
There's not none actually coming.
I mean, there's stuff I could talk about, but no.
Okay.
This is-
Well, on that note, can you hear that?
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this week. Spoiled Rotten Movies. We do this podcast every single Tuesday night at 7 or 8 o'clock. We never really know. My name's Zane. That guy over there is Travis. This lady down here is Michelle. Yeah, tune in next week at 7 or 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. Follow us on Instagram at Swell Rotten Movies. Follow us on Twitter at Rotten_BOIS. Freaking listen to our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Breaker, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts. We also go live on YouTube, and we love you.
This has been Spoiled Rotten Movies.
And we promise to do better next time. Freeze frame.
Check on that microphone. Check on that microphone. Check on that microphone. Check on that microphone.